Hello everyone. Who do we have here? Make sure you drop your name in the chat or say hello. We're gonna start soon, yeah? Just let's give it another 2-3 minutes for more people to join and then we can begin. Hello everyone. Oh, the audio is playing, Andy. All right. Okay. Everyone is joining now. We're starting in, let's say, 2 minutes, 3 minutes. Hello, Pro. It's good to see you in the chat. Janelle is here too. Nice. We got 7 in here. I'd say another 2 minutes, boys.
صار لنا ربع ساعة على 2 minutes.
All right, we got 7 people here. Never mind, we can start. All right, welcome everyone. I'm here joined with JayTee and Dani. I got the chat working. You guys should be able to see it on screen. It's working from my end, so hopefully it's working from your end. Boys, how are you guys? You good?
We're chilling, we're good.
Excited for today?
How are you doing?
Thank God, bro.
I'm excited for today, man. I'm okay. It was a long day trying to figure out the stream and chat stuff, but it worked eventually. So that's good.
Oh, yo, the chat's looking sick on screen.
Yeah?
I'm not gonna lie.
You think so?
it looks really
Yeah,
good,
I like
man.
the font. The font is nice.
Yep.
All right.
Hopefully one day we see that chat moving like crazy.
Quickly, dude. I'm hoping one day, man. One day. Everyone who
Yeah.
can see me right now on TikTok, make sure you go to YouTube. That's where we're live right now, so you can hear the Discord chat that I'm having right now. So make sure you click off from here and go to YouTube. All right. I think we should just dive right into it, boys. All right. Today's topic is a lovely one, and it is about convenience. So, what's the cost of convenience? All right. Now, we live in a world where everything is designed to be fast, easy, effortless. But have you ever stopped to think, just for once, what's the cost of all this convenience? If you think about it, waiting used to be a normal thing. Like marriage. Well, we could still wait for marriage now, but a lot of things used to take so much time and people had no problem with it. It was a process they enjoyed. Now it's instant. We got instant replies because of social media. We got instant food like Uber Eats, instant everything. But does having everything instantly make us happier or just more impatient? So let's break it down. What is the cost of convenience? We can start with instant gratification versus long-term fulfillment. So how does convenience affect patience and resilience? And examples of how waiting for things used to build character, and does it still build character or less nowadays? JayTee, we can start with you, bro.
What is convenience? What would you consider to be convenience?
But what I consider to be convenience.
Yeah.
I'd say, well, let's make it general. I'd say social media is the biggest convenience we have. I remember a time, it was just for a little bit before Facebook, before I had access to Facebook, it was exciting for me to go on family visits. Why? Because you're not really socializing the entire time when you're at home. There's nothing going on but your books or your toys or watching this random TV show, right? So going on visits used to be a lot of fun. Going to church, meeting people was a lot of fun. And I do remember the moment Facebook was a thing, I was stuck to that computer of mine, texting people randomly. Keep in mind, it was It was something encouraged. It was a big deal at that time. So it was the suddenly becoming the new normal, right?
Right.
That convenience is now even better. You have a bunch of platforms. You pick what you like. You have your groups on it. Whoever you want to text, whoever you want to talk to, they're there in an instant. So then you can say that way you could make less plans because you've already spoken to your friends, right?
Mm.
You remove the flavor from meeting people and seeing them after a long time, hearing their news. Even
Right.
those social media posts, that doesn't matter about talking. We can consider pictures or reels or stories as a means of communication too, right? You see what people are doing. It's no longer that exciting to see them in person and asking them about their life.
Yeah. Yeah, so convenience is something that is, well, I see it as something that, in the sense of social media, it's definitely something that's hurting people, and it's hurting people's relationships mostly. There's a good way of using it, I guess, in our world, in our fast-paced lives, but I think it would be I mean, look, it's a way that has built relationships and broken more relationships,
Mhm.
right? So like social media has built so many relationships in a way that if the relationship is good and it's proper and it's based on truth and honesty and clarity, then social media boosts it. But if the relationship's already a little shaky, there's some social media dishonesty, some negatives in the relationship, some things that are like not the best, then social media, you know, makes that clear instantly, because then you don't have like that kind of person to person connection where lies can be covered up as easily. I
So
think
like
social
over
media,
exaggerate the effects, right? It's like you
yeah,
have all of this effects, like the good effects, over exaggerate it, and the bad effects also over exaggerate it.
yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Well, now looking at it from a convenient standpoint, is it convenient? Yes, it's convenient. Um, do you think it's good in general to have that kind of thing? Like when it comes to family, for example, you brought up the idea of family. Don't you think that it causes you to have a lack of connection with your instant family? And then, but then you also look that you've got family that's far from you that you can't really connect with, unless you have the ability to use social media, and it helps with that connection over there,
So what I'm
right?
getting from you, it's a double-edged sword, basically.
Yes.
But okay, then I see it in a way tilting on the scale towards the negative side more than the positive side. I mean, yeah, there are a lot of good things that happen with social media. Because it's the new norm, we're just gonna have to like deal and live with it, right? But if there was a perfect world where it doesn't matter what you're doing, everything works out for you regardless, I think choosing to live without social media could elevate your life to another level, right? You begin to enjoy every single small thing. And guess what? You miss those people far away. How exciting is the visit going to be the moment you travel, book that ticket, and go to see them? Super excited. I mean, I'm not taking it away from chatting online. Sometimes, like you said, it's the positive that came with this convenience, social media, is that we can communicate with people far away. And believe me, I miss my grandma and I miss my uncle. They're all the way in Syria. There's no other way to see them or talk to them except on WhatsApp video call or them checking my posts here and there, right? And
Yeah.
in our regards, unfortunately, going back to Syria is tough. But let's say if they were in a different country, right? It would definitely be a lot more exciting and a much better connection if I disappear for a while, they do their thing, I do my thing, right? And then we meet up and then talk about everything that happened.
Yeah.
So yeah, again, double-edged sword, both good and bad. But then here's my second question. What are the hidden costs of convenience? Right? Let's take it away from social media for a second. We have fast food, right? We have paying extra for speed, like Uber Eats, for example. You don't want to cook? No problem. Quick call, quick order online. Food is right there. It's ready. So are we helping ourselves in that way, or are we damaging our lives by utilizing those convenient methods of ordering food or whatever it can be? What's the cost of this convenience?
Well, the idea of convenience itself. Sorry, Danny, I'll ask you this question actually.
No, don't worry, don't worry.
The
What?
idea of convenience itself is like this is such a vague idea of what convenience is, like, because it could like it's good and bad, right? But like,
I think Khalil is talking about the ordering food part, the instant gratification. You want something,
right,
you order it through Amazon, you got it, you have Prime, you get it the next day.
right,
I think Khalil is
or
talking
it's
about
like,
the
well, let's take it in from a lens of like, let's say you're doing a job, right?
Right.
yeah.
Instead of using the time to learn a new skill, or like using the time to, like, let's say you're well off, okay? Instead of wasting your time to have to like learn how to do something and then actually do it, you just outsource it. You just pay someone who knows how to do that skill to do it for you.
Right.
That's
But
convenience.
that comes with like a cost, because once
Right.
we have all of those conveniences, once we have all of, like, I want to watch Instagram, I want to watch Reels, I want to scroll,
Yep.
my brain
Yep.
wants this dopamine. This kind of and unintentionally teaches us how to be lazy. It's
Yeah.
it teaches us to take the easiest way, whether it's a
Yeah.
long way or a short way. It we don't I don't see many people learning new skills anymore.
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah.
when I used to be young, it's like you play the piano, that's like nothing. Everyone plays the piano, everyone plays the
Yeah.
guitar,
Yeah.
everyone knows how to do like this thing.
Yeah.
But now you find someone who
Nowadays
plays
it's
the
like
guitar, it's like,
rare.
wow, it's
It's rare.
crazy,
Yeah. It's very rare.
It's very rare
We
because
have
everyone's just
Janelle in the
lazy.
chat. Sorry to disturb you. She's saying instant gratification has also caused our ability to be patient to decrease. This 100%
Exactly.
increase of the amount of problems in our life can be sourced by that. Is basically what she's saying, right? The quick gratification. Well, here's the thing. The whole concept of convenience, it's an illusion, right? Because if we think about it, what the selling point is, you save time and you get extra time, right? But then that extra time, what are you going to do with it? Scroll more, watch
Convenience doesn't have
more.
to be. It doesn't have to be just for time. I think remote jobs that are more convenient are just more efficient for work. Like there's a lot of people who would tell you, I would work better from home. I would just be more efficient from home. It's not about the time. It's about just efficiency, I
Mm-hmm.
think.
Okay.
So
So you're saying it's about efficiency, but then there are people who are
yeah,
falling into the trap of they're gonna scroll more, watch more. They
yeah,
use the time where they could be growing into a better person or whatever they dream of, right? They just end up consuming more distractions. I'd say I lean towards the negative side of this scale than the positive because I think convenience has caused us to be distracted. It took away a lot of our potentials, and then it made it kind of an addiction in a way because it's the new normal, and this normal is not something that helps us in any way or shape or form. Yeah, sure, you can use it in a good way, but ultimately they're all distractions, and a lot of people are being affected by it. Now I'm gonna bring it to the faith side of things, okay? And then I'm gonna say faith requires a lot of patience, right? Discipline and effort. But this world that we live in, right? A Google answer gives you everything in seconds. Yes, that's a good thing. Sometimes you're confused about a Bible verse or a specific question you have in mind, right? You Google it, you get the answer. Great. But there was this, I remember there was a time where it felt like an exploration, right? You go, you read the Bible, you can't wait to go to church and ask the priest to explain something, right? Or you ask your parents to explain something for you. Now I feel it's less human in a way. Yes, convenient, sure, I can get an answer right away. It feels less human. What are your
I
thoughts
think
on this?
it also builds like less experience because when you have this Google thing, I just want to Google this. You don't know how to ask the question anymore. You don't formulate your opinions properly. You don't ask your questions properly. So you just like barely type. You mistype. You even mistype your question, and sometimes you get the answer. And then
Yeah.
and back and before like the social media, before Google, you'd have to make a list of questions. Think about how you're gonna formulate your questions, and then if you're gonna ask a priest about it, you don't want to waste their times asking. Like their time is pretty precious. Like they're valuable, so you don't want to. What does this mean? What does this mean? What does this mean? So you try to critically think on how to do things proper, and we're
Yeah.
losing that because of the convenience.
Mhm.
Yeah. I think the idea is not convenience. I think the topic should like it's more like instant gratification or instant arrival to solutions, right?
Right.
Like a couple of days ago I was having a conversation with a couple of my friends, and we were talking about whether AI is good or not. Like, so we were talking about how, like, the use of AI, like ChatGPT, for example, right? Like, my friend was looking for this quote, you know, and he wanted to like instantly find it. So he asked ChatGPT. He forgot the whole quote. He just briefly mentioned what the quote was talking about, and ChatGPT like instantly pulled it up for him, sourced
Yeah,
it, like everything proper, right?
yeah,
And the other friend was like, sure, like that's all like amazing and it's very, futuristic and it's like sick. Like how did
powerful.
ChatGPT
It's
know
very
exactly?
powerful.
Yes, yes, it's a very powerful tool. But then he approached it from an angle where he's saying like, yo, like instead of asking ChatGPT, you could have went and searched for yourself for that quote. And in your search, you could have found like 50 other quotes that would like inspire like whole other discussions and whole other conversations that you've never even thought about. So like yes, it is a powerful tool. It is like very good to use in times when it's like instantly needed, but I think that using it at the times where it's not as necessary can cause more harm than help you,
Right.
So
right?
so you're saying it leads us to the destination and doesn't let us enjoy the journey.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean,
Yeah?
yeah, it doesn't teach you lessons like discipline, patience, and
Yeah.
it doesn't teach you all the lessons that you would be getting through having like our parents, for example, or our grandparents. For them to get like the smallest piece of information, they had to go physically to a library, search for a book that may have a certain like factoid of that information, right? Look through the pages until they found this information. So imagine how long that took, right? But
It
now
took too long.
it's like, yeah, but now it's like you just like you literally just type a couple words in your keyboard and then it just pops up right in your face. Like there's no
You
more
don't even
friction.
have to type it the right way.
Yeah, literally, like you can just type it in the most like stupid way and then the computer just understands what you're talking about because it's an AI, like it has
It
learned
doesn't
your
it doesn't
language.
understand. Understanding is a big word. It doesn't understand what you're talking
Right.
Yeah,
about.
but
Well, here we have
guess what
someone in
we're
the chat
trying to
saying AI has to be used correctly,
translate.
right? That's
Yeah.
what they're saying. And then because of that, because of its availability, people wouldn't procrastinate as much as they do now. So it had
Hmm.
induced laziness and the inability to think. I mean, that's pretty much what you said, right? But here's what I'm gonna say. Yes, AI took the ability, or not. It did not take away the ability. It just made it easy for us to do research and to find answers quickly. But people do use it like a drug in kind of a way, right? And this is the drug I'm talking about. You want to know something. You do not want to go through the pains, through the process that helps you grow, that helps you become a more knowledgeable person. So you end up going with this quick dopamine of finding answers in an instant. So your growth, your mental growth is what's on the line right now. And companies are making crazy amount of money out of you.
Right.
Yeah, their selling point is, you know what? We can help you out with everything you think of. Anything you want to search, we can help you out. But the cost is your attention span, basically, right? We no longer have the same attention span as before. We don't sit down, read through books to find an answer, like you said. All right. So here's my question for everyone in the chat. All right. Have you ever realized you were too dependent on convenience? And if so, was it something better or was it something for worse? Let me know what you think. I'm going to shift the topic just a little bit. I'm going to say, are we addicted to convenience? Right? Is there a cultural addiction? Is it part of culture now? What are its effects? Does convenience kill growth? Right? The importance of struggle in self-improvement. How removing difficulty removes meaning. And the difference between making life easier versus making ourselves weaker. Where's the association? When does it stop? How far can we go in this so-called addiction in convenience?
Is this for us or for the chat?
For you.
Sorry, I'll just go. I just want to say, I think we are, but it doesn't. It's like a case by case. You can't. I don't think you can generalize it because there's so many ways where convenience was so good in our life. For example, transportation. You know, people used to walk, and then all of a sudden they were like, "Oh, we can just ride a horse, and it's just more convenient." And then they're like, "Oh, what if we upgrade more? We can just build this a whole bus that can have multiple people." And then, "Oh, what if we upgrade more? We have a bus for each person, but then we don't call it a bus, we call it a car." And then all of a sudden you're gonna have to drive a car, and then boom, now you're gonna have this automatic car that drives you. You know, it's I think this is like the good evolution of convenience, the good side of convenience.
Okay,
I don't think you can generalize it.
but then you're removing the point of struggling to do things. You're removing that process which helps you become a stronger / better person. In a lot of ways, you
But-
improve when you go through those struggles. Like if our past generations looked at our struggles right now, would they consider them real struggles?
No, no way.
No,
No,
in,
but
in,
do
in a
you
way, I
enjoy
think they look
going-
at if they're able to look at us, they would see us as still at this phase of being children, you know,
Yeah.
trying to find the easy way to do things and all that. Yes,
Yeah.
there's a lot of knowledge that came with it. Don't get me wrong. I'm not fully dissing improvement and AI and all that. Like I can see the good that can come from it. But I feel like our struggles are not that significant or that harsh anymore. These struggles that are harsh are now becoming so psychological, right? People are down the drain. They're mentally ill at times. It's hard for them to recover from the lack of confidence because they don't go through struggles that help them improve and become better. So here, I'm gonna be honest. We love comfort in some shape or form, okay? And there's nothing wrong with that. But there should be a point in time where you should realize that comfort turn into complacency, okay? And making life easier can sometimes cause you to stop growing. So as tough as it may be, try to find that balance. And if you see that you're leaning towards skipping or procrastinating or trying to find the easy way out, take a pause, realize that you're drifting into a stream that is hard to get out of or swim the opposite direction from. Pause, rethink, and take the hard way. It's fine. Every now and then, make things harder on yourself. You'll grow from it. So here's my other question. I see you guys in the chat. I will get back to you eventually, but it's great to see you engaging. I do have another question for you. What's something in your life that felt too easy and didn't feel rewarding? We can talk about it too, guys. I'll start with something.
Seconds.
There was this project that I had. It was a media project.
Mm.
I was running late on time. There was a lot of work that week, and I wasn't able to manage my time properly. All right, I learned from that, but I had to complete the project some way or another. It was during the time where AI was emerging. I went ahead, I put the description of the project I was supposed to do. It gave me a full breakdown on how to do it. And then I just simply readjusted a few things to make it more like me. And yeah, I did put the work. I did take out the camera, shoot the things and stuff. But the creative process behind at the pre-production level was all gone. AI did it for me,
Mm.
pretty much.
Mm.
I just rechanged a few things and that's it. Yeah, great. I finished everything within time. I felt like I learned nothing at the end. I was like, well, that was pretty much time wasted. Sure, I submitted something and I got a good grade, but so what? Learned nothing from it. So that's one of my experiences with finding something easy, taking the easy way out, and then not feeling rewarded. What about you?
I can talk about how every day someone wanna go to the gym and then they just take the easy way out of not going to the gym, and then they don't get rewarded. It's the hard way is to just work out every day and then, well, not every day, but like to work out, and then you have this path of do I want to work out today? Do I not want to work out today? And the easy way is just not to work out. It's you stay home, you don't uh, go through all of this pain, you don't even put yourself in any pain of traveling or coming back and showering after and then sweating, all of this. That's the easy way. The hard way is, oh, I'm gonna have to dedicate 30 minutes before, 30 minutes after, and then an hour in the gym, and then I'm gonna have to actually eat properly, because otherwise then there's no point of my gym session and all of that. So
You know, that eating
do
part,
I
bro, is insanely tough. Oh my goodness. Do it like at some point I thought working out was the hard part. No, no, it was changing
no,
your diet all along.
yeah,
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, getting rid of. I mean, choosing to go through the path with the most friction is like the most difficult thing you can do, because like you literally, like you see, you're faced with like a really narrow and hard path to go down, and then you have like a wide gate that like has like the most beautiful scenery you've ever seen, and you just go through it and like you enjoy it all, and it's fine. But like, yeah, you don't learn anything from that one, but you learn a lot from this one. So like, I think we live in a world where we're like used to kind of sheltering ourselves from experiences that teach us lessons, due to the fact that we are afraid of going through hardship, of um you know building our mindsets, building our bodies, building our souls, right? Because the easy way is so much more available, like. And I'm sure this is set up in a way where it's like it's set to be that way to keep us, the people, the general citizens, um just running after whatever money they want, whatever dreams they have, running, or thinking a bunch about it, but then
Mhm.
not actually taking action, because it's so much easier to do the thing that takes the least amount of trouble, right? I'm sure we've all heard the saying, um, what was it? Hard times make strong men, men make good
oh
times,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
easy times make weak men. And I think we're in the part where like, like we're in the easy times right now. So there's always gonna be the few that choose the path with the more um the more difficult path, right? And those are the few that will be hopefully like leading the rest because they have learned a lot more and they have a lot more knowledge and a lot more experience, and they are generally just stronger humans,
Right.
right? What do you think, Khalil?
I think convenience is addictive. It's like a spiritual fast food if you think about it. You know, quick, satisfying in the moment, but then it's
Yeah.
not really nourishing. Faith isn't convenient, so is a lot of other things, right? You want to improve, you want to reach a certain goal. It's not convenient. It requires time, it requires effort, it requires a lot of sacrifice. But that's what makes it real. And the more I grow and the more the years pass by, I realize it is a lot more peaceful to be real and authentic. And part of being real and authentic is to take the hard paths. So yeah, I do think uh weak men are a result of a lot of conveniences. But I also want to say that small choices that you put in hopes to do better can change everything. Which brings us to this topic: can small choices change everything? Is there power in compounding decisions? You know, one day at a time. Daily habits shape our identity over time. Is that correct? So I can bring real life examples like fitness, right? Or finances, or faith. You know, finances. If you manage your money, you'll be doing better in life in general, right? You learn how to not get things instantly, right? That you have delayed gratification. You save up, you manage your wealth, and then at some point that will be rewarding. Same thing with fitness, right? You're not gonna go to the gym 2-3 times and then be like, you know what, I'm jacked now. No. That's not how it works. You're gonna go for years, buddy. If you're doing this the hard way, or the easy way, well, it's not really easy way. You know, you can take steroids or not. You're gonna have to put tons and tons and tons of work, right? You're trying to reach a goal. There's gonna be no shortcuts. So, do you believe that those small choices of dedicating your life to those small changes of habit can change everything, or is there no shot at people changing their addiction to convenience?
Did you read Atomic Habits, or
No.
have you heard of the book?
Nope. I
Okay.
should.
Well, if you've heard of the book, or if you just read it, or just thought about it, then you know the answer to this question. You know that small habits are what shapes bigger habits, and what shapes bigger and the bigger habits are what shapes our personality. And from just basic implication, strong habits shape bigger habits shape personality shapes success. So small habits shape success. I think you guys should read this book. It's a very nice
I
book.
read
It's a long
I
book.
read this.
You read it, yeah, I know you did.
Yeah.
Mm, wait,
Yeah.
let me show you what the book is. I think I have it here.
Yeah. So no, as Danny was saying, like choosing the more disciplined path is definitely even in the smallest ways. Like when you wake up, you can either like choose to just, you know, get up and start your day, or you can choose to lay in bed for another 15-20 minutes on
Yeah.
your phone, right? Like as small, as minute as that may seem, it changes like it literally changes your entire day.
Oh, it changes
Like
everything.
I've had days where like I wouldn't get up right away. I would like just grab my phone and sit, scroll, doom scrolling for like 20 minutes in the morning just because. And then the whole day I just feel like horrible, you know? Like I don't feel good. Eventually like it gets better, but then there are other days where like, I wake up, I'm I get up instantly, I go wash my face, I'm refreshed. My day just goes so much smoother. I don't have that headache anymore, right?
Right.
But I want to turn this back around and just say like all of these habits, all of these things, you can't be the reason that you're doing things. Like you yourself you shouldn't trust yourself to do these things for yourself. As weird as this sounds, like the reason that you should be doing this is to be able to serve your family and to serve God. So if that's not the reason that you're doing these things, that you're taking the disciplined route, you'll realize that you'll instantly fall short and you'll instantly fall back into taking the easier route, where because it's easier, because you'll feel like it's purposeless to do the harder part.
Right,
You
right.
know what I
I'm
mean?
gonna say every choice is a seed. You know, I bring that example from we had it in camp last year for the training, and I've been hearing it since I was a kid. You know, if you put a seed of faith into someone or into yourself, hopefully, if it's in good soil, it's gonna grow to be something very fruitful and something great. And becoming that good soil, you need to base yourself, root yourself in the teachings of God. Now, in choices, I'm gonna say every choice is a seed. So let's say what you eat, what you watch, how you spend your time. You don't see the results immediately, but over time, those tiny choices, those tiny adjustments in everything you do can grow into something bigger. And by the way, that goes good or bad. You can do small bad things and take the easy route on some like horrible sins, right? You're not there yet. You're not at the extreme level of it. You're just taking the small, breaking small boundaries. At some point, there is no longer a boundary. You're too far in, right? So
Yeah.
faith is built by those small changes. So one prayer at a time to become stronger. One prayer will not make you stronger right away in faith. It's one prayer at a
Yeah.
time. So a life of prayer that changes you completely. A life of fixing your diet will make you a healthy person. A life of working out will make you a physically dependent person, right? So ask yourself, what small choices are you making today that your future self will thank you for? And what choices are you making today that your future self will be sad and upset that you took them, right?
Yep.
Ask yourself those questions. And I suggest write down the version of yourself that you want to see in a few years. And then start acting like that person is already you. Start acting that way by changing those small things in your life, by making new habits, and you will hopefully reach that goal in mind. We have in
Yep.
the chat, Jana said it takes 21 days to build a bigger habit. So that means a small habit per day will equal the bigger habit.
Right.
I also searched right now, actually, while we were talking, how many days does it take to break a habit? Now, here we go. I'm using the convenient method of Googling, right, to get this answer.
To break the habit or to build a habit?
To break a habit.
A bad
Because
habit.
we got to
I think to
remember,
break a bad habit.
sometimes you try, okay, it's very rare for you to pick a certain goal and then you make a habit for yourself and then you realize that's wrong. But I can think
Yeah.
of a few cases, like, for example, you end up blasting yourself with gear because you think that's how you're going to end up being a healthy,
One cycle
athletic
won't
person.
hurt.
Yeah, right? One
Bro.
cycle won't hurt. And then we go, oh, hold up, we're 15 cycles in, and then it keeps going and going, right? Sometimes for those people, it's sometimes a bit too late for them to just stop. It's a drug. It's addicting, right?
Yeah.
So
Not only just addicting. It's actually some of them they just die if they just stop.
right, because they're no longer
Like
producing
they
testosterone on their own.
they risk their heart from stopping once you stop taking testosterone.
So okay, then for those habits where you reach a point and you realize, oh, now you gotta break this thing you've just got into. How many days does it take? Well, here's where I'm getting. Okay, it's anywhere between 18 days. I'm assuming those are very minor habits you've created, to 254 days. And I would personally extend it to the point of a year. There are extremes where it should take you a year to completely break from a habit. I've experienced that before. There was a point in my life where I would just eat pretty much anything and everything. whether it's secretly or in front of my parents. If it's in front of my parents, they would tell me, they would advise me, they would guide me to do better, but then I would go behind their back and then do exactly the opposite, right? And that was that was built over years, man. I had to break out of that, and it wasn't easy. There was a time in my life, an entire year of progress, and then 8 months of some serious locking in and zoning in onto just working out and then fixing my diet. It
Yep.
was not easy at all, but at some point I did break those horrible eating habits, and then I reached this better version of me that I can honestly rely on. So yeah, breaking your
I wanna
habit takes
turn
a
this
long
back.
time. What's up,
I
bro?
want to turn this back into the idea of small habits
Hmm.
and connect it to the idea of something as simple as our thoughts, right?
Okay.
So I'm reading this book by a priest. His name is an elder in the Orthodox Church. His name is Elder Thaddeus of Vitovnica. Um, and this is I'm just gonna say like one really small section from this, and it's talking about our thoughts. Okay,
What's the title of the book?
so oh, sorry, yeah, I didn't mention that. It's called "Our Thoughts Determine Our Lives." Okay.
Hmm.
And this is how he starts his chapter one after talking about his life and everything. Chapter one goes like this: Our life depends on the kind of thoughts we nurture. If our thoughts are peaceful, calm, meek, and kind, then that is what our life is like. If our attention is turned to the circumstances in which we live, we are drawn into a whirlpool of thoughts and can have neither peace nor tranquility. So, in order for us to achieve like our goals, we obviously need a sense of peace. We obviously need a sense of calm in our lives in order that we can focus and reach whatever goal. Obviously, going through the journey, it won't be as very peaceful, right? But again, with our thoughts, we can attain that peace, right? So the thoughts that we have are very powerful, very powerful. So it's the way we think about everything in general, like convenience, ease of use, all of these things that we fall to our human desires, to our bodily desires, to take the easier route. It's biology. We've always taken the easier route, and throughout human history, it's always been take the easier route, right? Like at the end of the day, that's how all living creatures survive, right?
Right.
But the thoughts that we put into our heads and the thoughts that we entertain are very powerful, and they will affect our lives in a way that like it's unexplainable how much they actually affect our lives and affect the lives of those around us and the way we interact with them.
Right.
Yep. I highly recommend you guys read this book. Like it's a really good.
What is
Like
it
I haven't
called?
even I'll actually send it to you.
Our
It's called
thoughts.
Our Thoughts Determine Our Lives.
Please do. It would be nice to
Yep.
read.
Yep, I'll send you the book.
So we should just basically replace our small bad habits with good ones, and that should pretty much give us the result we're seeking.
Yep.
Okay. Well, Danny, do you have something you want to say?
No, I already mentioned everything.
Awesome.
Oh, but just going back to the book that I was talking about, the Atomic Habits. I wasn't referring to that one. I wanted to talk about the power of habits, not atomic habits,
Mm.
because the power of habits is what inspired the guy to write Atomic Habits.
Mm.
Mhm.
All right.
Yep. I just
Because we're
want
speaking about books right now.
to I just want to go back to what Khalil was saying about replacing the bad habits with the good ones. So I don't know if you guys have heard the story in the Bible of Jesus casting out the demons from a demon from this man, right?
Mm.
And he cast out one demon, and the man was like, "Okay, like thank God, like this demon's cast out, right?" Like, but then he was an empty vessel. Like and 7 demons were able to enter. So the fact that he didn't replace the evil that was in him with good left him more empty and brought in like even worse evils into his life. You know? So the importance of replacing something bad with good is more important than removing the bad. Like bringing in the good is more important than taking out the bad,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm. Because we always
Yeah.
wait for those
Is
big moments in our lives, right? To change our lives. But like for
Yeah.
example, a new year, a big event, a life altering decision. But the real power isn't in those moments, it's in the small daily choices we don't even think about. It's the small daily decisions to improve. Those are what cause the big moments of change, right? Those are
Mm-hmm.
what cause the big changes, not big moments of change. It's the small moments of change that cause the biggest changes. And so back to the convenience topic right off the start. It's all about instant gratification versus long-term fulfillment. And long-term fulfillment is the hard route to reach it. You need to take the hard route. Instant gratification is, well, self-explanatory. It's in the name. It's instant, and there's no growth in it. The hidden cost is you either pay extra, or you end up being unhealthy, or you put less effort into maintaining even deep connections, right? And not just that, you end up struggling in your faith too. Your
Yeah.
overcoming struggles becomes you get numbed by those convenient methods, and you no longer reach out to God for help because you're so reliant on
Instant
those side.
instant gratification will either harm your body or your soul or both.
Right,
yeah.
right.
Yeah.
So
I think what Johnny was saying, just he. I don't think he was talking about the instant gratification. He just said like replace the bad habits with good habits. Because if you just take away the bad habits, you might replace it with like an even worse one. It's
mhm.
like you get an alcoholic guy. He's like, I stopped drinking beer. Like, okay, good. What do you do now? Oh, I'm just drinking whiskey every day. You know, it
Yeah,
doesn't.
yeah.
That's not the point. The point is to replace the good, to
The
replace the
bad
bad
with the
one
good.
with the good one.
Yeah. Yeah,
Okay.
exactly.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, that was a good discussion.
Yeah.
A
I
lot of
enjoyed that. That
takeaways
was
from
really
it.
good. Yeah. Yeah.
100%.
Let's check the chat real quick, maybe.
Yes, we should get back to everyone. Romeo, remember, folks, hard time creates strong people create easy times create weak people create hard times. Totally, my
Yes.
friend.
Yes. Okay, I
فهد
have a
وهاب
question.
صحة على قلبك برو.
I have a question.
Go ahead.
This is a big box I'm opening right now.
Oh boy. Okay.
So,
Pandora's box.
Oh boy.
okay. So, do you think that
I don't think. Period.
body,
No, okay, I'm kidding. Go.
do you think that the physical and the spiritual is separate or is it the same? And in that sense, do they affect each other or do they not?
Repeat.
So, physical world and spiritual world, physical body and spiritual body.
Mhm.
Is it the same? Are they affecting each other? If you hurt your physical body, does that affect your spiritual body in any way, and vice versa?
Of course. I think
Yes.
I think the 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 most obvious answer is to say yes, they're related. You can't you
Okay.
can't be you can't be praying every day and reading the Bible and filling your spiritual hope, and then at night you go and you smoke, you drink, you're hurting your body. This defies the point of filling your spiritual parts.
All right. Okay. Well, what about, all right. So what about eating, right?
Mhm.
So eating, you can either like eat really good food that fills your body nutritiously, like meats, right? Dairy, these foods that are filling you nutritiously, right? They're filling your physical body, right? But then
Yeah.
we realize that when we fast, when it's time to fast, we abstain from these foods and our spirit improves. Our spirit moves forward,
Right.
right? So how come doing something that may seem not good physically is improving our spirit?
No, okay, pause. It seems like it's not good physically because it's you're feeling that way, right? Feel
Okay. Yeah.
biologically, right?
Right.
There are a lot of studies on this. I don't remember them right off the bat, but I do remember reading a lot of it. Your cells renew when you fast. There's a lot of science behind fasting that proves you improve. Okay? That's one part of it. That's just the physical part. The spiritual part, you're realizing how weak you are and that your strength comes from God. Right? So, it feels like it's bad for the body, but it's only a feeling. It's genuinely renewing you, it's making you a tougher person. And
Okay.
to answer your question, yeah, they're both important. Both the like physically, your physical being can affect your spiritual being and vice versa.
All
But
right.
your spiritual is a lot stronger than your physical, or it should be, because your physical being is deceiving, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Your body is weak, and because of
Right.
that weakness, you get deceived a lot of times on
Yep.
what you should be doing, right? You got to fulfill
Yep.
the body's needs right away.
Yeah, because without the spirit, we are fallen creatures,
Oh yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So the idea of fasting itself is to empty yourself. It's to empty your physical body in order to nurture and give nutrition to your spiritual self, right? So I don't know, it's just some food for thought.
Yeah.
That's
100%.
a very nice reference.
Yeah.
It's good.
What's a habit you want to drop right now? Like if you had the strength to just drop it, cancel it completely, you would drop it right now.
I wish I have the power to delete all social media.
Oh, oh yeah.
But
Yeah,
why is that? Is it
like
because of the lack of deep connections that we
it
have nowadays?
it li- it just doesn't bring any good. It genuinely doesn't. Like if it brought me uh, just the slightest good, then I would like try to shift the bad into good. But it doesn't bring any good to me. It's a waste of time. It's a waste of It's a waste. It gives me dopamine that I don't need to get. Um, it it messes my brain.
Mm.
I don't see any benefit from it.
Yeah, I do see some
But
benefits. Let me. Okay, hold up.
sadly,
What about all
okay,
those
okay,
Christian pages or self improvement pages or the Stoic pages that genuinely help people out when they see their videos or their posts? There's a
Look,
good outreach on social media.
look, you might see
well,
a page, like you might see a good Christian post or a good quote, right? And then you scroll a couple posts down and then you see like a girl barely dressed and then it's like what's the point of that Christian post? Like what has that done for you now? You know what I mean?
yeah.
Hey, small
It's
seeds
like
planted. Small seeds planted.
right, but then there's other seeds that are planted that are bigger. Like evil is so much easier to manifest itself in our lives than good.
Right. Well, this is the new norm we live in.
Okay,
As much as I
okay.
dislike what it's doing to
But
us,
okay,
I
okay, what's
wanna find
harder?
the good part of it, and I wanna
What
be a part of the good part of social media.
okay,
And
all
then
right.
hopefully we can get that train going and people hopping on it, and then we have this like huge wave of goodness that's coming in. How
Okay, but do you think
possible is
that
it?
those that are
I
in
don't know how
control
possible it's gonna be. Let me tell you why. Because Satan runs the show on this earth. So as much as we try
yep,
to do good on social media, I think the opposing power is gonna just keep resisting over and over again, and it will just be this unbalanced scale, always shifting sides, and mostly on the evil side. So let's try to make social media a good thing, but to deny how bad it's caused, how many bad things it's caused, I can't deny it. It's so many bad things happen because of social media, and most of it is the lack of attention that kids have nowadays. Kids don't even want to go to school to learn, brother. They just go on YouTube and search whatever they want to search. That's their learning. The entertainment they're fed. The English
Well,
language is not the
the
same as it
school
used to be
the
before. We have
school
a
is a
lot of
whole
slang
other
that is useless.
conversation. The school is a whole other conversation. But back to social media. Do you really think that those people that are in control of these social media sites and these social media apps really want to push things that are good? Like, look, we're sitting here on social media telling people to not use social media, right? Do you think that, like, the CEO of TikTok or YouTube or whatever is going to push a video that's telling people not to use their platform? Obviously not. They want more money in their pockets, right? Like, it's not like as good as it
Conspiracy
may
theory.
seem, like as good as it may seem, it's not conspiracy. It's literally
No, I know,
fact.
I
That's
know.
that's just how it
Yeah,
works.
yeah.
Like as good as
But some
it may sound on paper, right? The use of social media, like what's harder? To look at a good post or at a good quote, get inspired, turn off your phone, and then go do something about it, or to open up a book, get inspired, not have any other distractions that may, pull you back into that world, and then once you're done reading, you actually feel the need to go and do something about it. Which one is harder? To get
Really,
over the phone distraction or to get over a book?
getting over a book is harder.
No.
Yeah.
getting over the book?
Wait, did I understand you
Getting over
correctly? You mean finishing the
getting
book,
What?
right?
like not being distracted, I'm talking
No.
about. What's more
Yeah.
distracting, a phone or a
Oh,
book?
a phone is more distracting.
Exactly.
Now, this is what
So
I was
like,
thinking. I was thinking I would be more distracted while reading a book. I kind of flipped the whole thing.
oh, yeah, no, but like you get my point though.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah. So like as like as weird as it may sound, like try to stay away from social media. Like
No, but what if your career relies on social media,
I
buddy?
know, I know my career relies on
Then
your
what?
career, our whole lives rely on social media, right? But like you just gotta find like that's why it's so hard. You just gotta like really, really, really just like it goes back to the thoughts. Like your thoughts determine how you use social media, your thoughts determine your lives, right?
Right.
So it depends on what you're thinking, right? Like for example, I'm gonna give you a quick example. Like this is something that I went through. When I first downloaded X to look at news, right? When, political things were happening, I wanted to kind of follow up, see what's
Before
going on.
before Twitter, before it was gotten by Elon Musk or after?
No, no, after,
Okay,
after.
I
I would
I want to
scroll.
mention something after about
Yep.
that.
I would scroll through X looking for like news sources, right? Like people who are, commenting on news, see different opinions, whatever, on politics, whatever. And I would scroll, and every couple of posts, it's like literally softcore, 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 corn.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
And it
Correct.
was not even softcore. Like sometimes it was like right there.
Yeah.
So
Completely unfiltered platform.
yes, like it causes people to stumble so much that I had to like at one point I just took like a good 45 minutes, sat there scrolling through it. Every time I would see that, not interested, not interested, not interested. Like you have to be that way. Like you have to like push all of that away. Like it's so easy to like they make it so easy for you to fall into these traps,
Right.
right? All right, Danny, you wanted to
Yeah,
say something about
just
Elon.
yeah. But I know you were gonna say that. I know you were gonna mention
Yeah,
this. I was gonna say this is not the CEO's fault, and this is not the algorithm's fault, and it's not
right.
the uh,
Well,
what agenda they want to push. I don't think this is something because X and what it is right now, it's an open source. They have like open source thing, so everyone can see their algorithm. Everyone can see um how things are getting pushed. I don't think
mhm,
anyone have that power to push a specific type of post on X, but what I was gonna say, though, you see a lot of those because those posts get interaction.
Yep. Sorry, my camera
So,
just shut down. Let me just.
oh, I was like, am I lagging or?
No, I'm lagging.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, here's what
So
here's
you
what
see
social media is,
those.
brother. It's an amplifier. Social media is an amplifier.
It
Like
is.
like the
It is.
world
And
has already had all those sins we just discussed and talked about, and social media is just putting it. It's shedding light on what already exists behind closed doors. Right.
Well,
yeah,
yeah, and also I want to mention the fact that those posts are the ones that are getting the most
Right.
interactions already goes to show you how easy it is for us to fall into
yeah,
that, right?
yeah.
Like
I just
that,
wanted to make the difference between how easy it is for us to fall into those because of
right,
our temptations, and what agenda the CEOs they want to push through the
right.
algorithm,
Well, maybe
which
on
is
Twitter
true.
that's not the algorithm. Maybe on Twitter
I
that's
was
not
gonna
it.
say it's
But then
true
on
through
Instagram,
Instagram, YouTube, all of those.
exactly,
This is true. I agree with you
exactly.
because
Right.
if it wasn't true, they would have open sourced every single algorithm because
Right.
just
No, but
they
no,
would have
they
done
can't
so
do that
many
because
things
a lot
that
of those platforms are just pretty much using it to spread their own agenda. All right, and
Yeah.
even with this change of the U.S. government right now, right? They're pushing honesty and everything being under the lights completely. I doubt that Meta even changed that much because I still see the exact same agenda being pushed. Yes, it's less, but it's still they're still using their platforms to do what they want.
Yeah.
Then explain to me why does every single page that promotes something remotely healthy or good for the mind, soul, and body barely gets any traction or attention?
Yeah.
And if it does, it has to be some like crazy successful person who's been running businesses through his entire life. He's known for something else. Then he starts or she starts spreading a good message, and that's why it's getting traction. Starting from
But
zero,
even then,
trying to do good from zero, barely gets you anywhere. I've experienced
e-
it firsthand.
yeah. Even then, even once they start doing good, right? Then they get shut down. Then they get like as soon as something good is being pushed by someone who has a lot of influence, then that person starts getting canceled, starts getting, put away,
Cancellation was
shelved.
so horrible. It still is horrible.
It still
Why?
is. It still
What's
is.
the point of saying there's freedom of speech when there's only freedom to a specific mindset?
Well,
Like
remember,
how
yeah, there you
insecure
go.
do you have to be that you gotta
Because
silence everyone around you if they disagree with you?
because they know that God and godly people defeat the devil, and the devil is the ruler of this world. So they have to silence those that are good, right? They have to silence them. They have to put them
No,
to
and they make a
not
lot
give
of
them
money out of
any
it
voice,
too.
right?
So then what? Money's the root of all evil, pretty much.
No, 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 no. Who makes a lot of
like how
money?
you use. I think how you use the money is the root of all evil.
Okay, I agree. I'd like to take that back. Yeah, how do you use the money?
Right.
That's
Remember, we
important.
discussed this last show. We discussed
We
this
did.
last show.
Hmm.
It is just a tool. You can either use your money to donate, to help people, to grow, right? Like you look at a lot of these successful people, you know, and a lot of the times, if they're good, they will, put money. They will send money to the churches. They will send money to the hospitals. They'll send money to people that are in need,
Right.
right? And that's how you can't say that money's evil. It's helping people, right?
Right.
But then there are those that are successful that are, just flaunting their money. Just they don't know what to do with their money. They have so much of it that they just like end up buying useless stuff, private jets. They use like just just complete hedonism, complete just bodily desires, just giving into their bodily their biological needs, right?
Correct.
So
Well,
yeah,
we have in the chat money is better when you give it away to those who need it, of course.
yeah,
I agree.
Yeah.
And also just watch out when you are trying to do something good. Don't do it for show. Right? Do
Right.
it because you
Oh yeah.
genuinely believe that you're helping, right? Do it because you genuinely know that it's gonna do something good. It's gonna affect someone's life in a positive way,
Yeah.
right? And I
We're
do
meant to
see a
do
lot
good
of
and
those.
not
I
have
do see a lot of
consequences.
those posts and channels where they give away things and then they record it. And I can never know what's the content of their heart. But if I'm gonna be real, they are making money out of this content and then they're reutilizing that money to give out more. So what is their intention? I don't know, but to me, I think it's a good thing. Ultimately, it's a good thing. People are being blessed, regardless of the person's intention of why they're giving out their
Yeah.
riches, right? People are being blessed. And that's an example of God using horrible things and turning them to something amazing. I'm not saying everyone who gives out money is a
That's
horrible
a
person.
really
I'm
good
just saying
point.
that
That's a really
those
good point.
who do it for the intention of getting fame, riches, or attention, right? God can utilize that bad intention and make something great out of it.
Yeah. And we got to be careful of keeping money where it belongs and where it is, and not to put it at any higher pedestal,
Right,
right? Like, money is not there to be worshipped. We're not meant to. Money is not God.
right.
They want us to believe that. They want us to think that money is our God. It shouldn't be.
Of course, they want us to believe that there's no way for you to move around without money,
Exactly.
right? And
Yeah.
money itself is not a bad thing. Um, it's the way it's been changed to, like you said, it became a god to a lot of people, and that's when it became a horrible thing. Because at
Mm-hmm.
some point it was the means of trading and your well earned labor, right? It's your hard labor that this currency translates what you did, and then thus you could continue building a life that you hope to live. We have it all the way in the Bible, brother. Like currency itself wasn't a horrible thing. Like they were prophets were blessed with riches, right? At that time there wasn't actual currency. There was just trading. There was the goats and sheep, and like everyone has their property, and then they exchange things for something else, right? But in a way,
In
that was the
biblical time.
currency. Sorry,
Are you asking in biblical time?
biblical time, like way, way, way before, like back in Abraham's time and all that,
Oh, yeah,
right? There
yeah,
were there was
yeah.
like gold and things like that, right? But that was the
Right. Yeah,
currency pretty much. It's not a
yeah.
bad thing, right? Riches is not a bad thing. It's like you said, when you
I'm
turn
not.
it into a god, basically, it's something you crave, you're running after. That's when it becomes a horrible thing.
Right.
I'm not sure if this was in the Bible or not, but they have the like piece of papers that would like be IOU, and then this piece of paper would is like the same value as our money. It's like I don't know if this is in the Bible or after or before, but I think they had that. They had like a way to exchange money and a way to kind of have banks without actually having someone with the
Right.
power. Is they traded paper that would say the letter IOU, which signify I owe you money, and then it would say like amount, it would say signature, and then it was like verified by
So
others.
it's like a
That's
check.
interesting.
T-
I'm gonna
Yeah,
search
yeah,
how did currency
yeah.
come to existence.
Look it up. I think it started because when they wanted to trade, they started trading with gold, but then gold got very heavy, and then
Mm-hmm.
it's very hard to carry gold, especially when you want to like buy a bunch of
Yeah.
cows. You're not gonna just carry a bunch of gold and then here's the gold. So they had like checks. I'm not sure if that's in the Bible or not, but I think
I
that's
don't
how it
think so.
developed.
I don't know about it being in the Bible, but there's a history of money, and I think as early as it gets, it's with coins. The first metal coin was 7th century BCE. Well,
Yeah.
it's interesting to research. I'll definitely do that later. But for the topics we've
Yeah.
talked about today, I think we covered so much. Honestly, boys, like this was great.
Yeah. Yeah. We went into multiple rabbit
Yes, yes, but that's what made it
Yeah.
a real conversation. And that's the whole point, right? Real talk.
Hmm.
Let's see the chat real quick. To be fair, too little of it limits your bandwidth of what you can reach, but too much of it can develop harmful habits, aka spoiled consumeristic mentalities. Yes, 100%. Money is an often idolized commodity that can distract from true happiness. Yes, agreed. It can buy me that house. Money is awesome. We'll be blessed one day. That house would be nice. God runs the show in people's hearts, though. 100%. 100%.
Depends. I think it depends on what people we're talking about.
Well, if God
I think
is in
there's the
someone's
potential
heart,
to
then that
happen.
person is definitely not fully corrupted and too far to save, right? It's not a hardened heart to the complete. It's
I
a
don't
heart
think
that
anyone is
listens.
too far to save. I don't think anyone is too far to save.
No, there is. And I can bring instantly an example from Genesis. The Pharaoh, bro, who hardened his heart over and over again and didn't
Right.
allow
But
Moses to leave, right? At
yeah,
some
but
point,
at any point in his
God
life, he
hardened
could
his
have
heart, you
repented.
know? He kept rejecting and rejecting and rejecting and rejecting. At some point,
Yeah,
God
but
hardened his heart,
at any point, he could have accepted, and he would have been saved.
and he didn't. And that came back to
Right.
his free will, obviously. And
So
that,
until his last breath, he could have done that. That's what I'm saying.
oh
No, but
yeah,
it's
oh
never
yeah,
too
yeah,
late. It's
100%,
never too late to be
100%,
saved. Yeah.
100%. No, I do agree. So never feel down, people. Whatever you've done, you can always turn it around. And again, mind shifts, like we said, right? Replace small bad habits with good ones. And hopefully it's going to turn to long term success. All right. I think we got back to every
Read
message,
the book
no?
that Johnny mentioned. Our thoughts
Oh, yeah.
determine
Please
our
send both of you. Send the
lives.
books you mentioned. Both of you. Like, put it in the
I sent
Discord
mine
chat.
to you, actually.
You did? Okay.
I
I'll
already
check it
sent it
out.
to you. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, will I actually sit down and read it? That's a challenge, but I'm gonna do my
You should.
part and like resist the
It's a very
distractions.
easy read. It's a very easy
How
read.
many pages? More than 2? I'm not doing it. No, I'm kidding. All right, I'll look into it. You know what? Hold me accountable. Come back to me one day and ask me about it. All right, and if I don't reply
All right.
with some serious knowledge from that book, you can be
See,
friended. Do
start
huh?
with the small habits.
Wait, say
Start
again.
with the small habits being reading those books.
Then I couldn't hear you.
Wait, I'm saying start your small habits by reading the book.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay.
Let the tiny habits be reading one page a day, or
Oh,
one
reading one
paragraph.
page a day. Ya Allah, can't do that, man. No, but I, you know what? So far, it's been a happy challenge reading the Bible. I'm trying to cover more than a chapter
Yeah.
a day, and it's tough. It's tough, but there's a lot of blessing that came out of it. You know, there were things that I was dealing with and still am dealing with, but definitely got so much easier the moment I started genuinely reading the Word day after day.
Mm,
You know, there was no cutting time.
mm,
And at this time I didn't announce it. You know, it's been going for a while where I've been reading. Last time when I announced, and I didn't announce it, oh guys, I'm gonna read it. No, I just started like spreading, telling people to read, telling them what I read. I started getting those dopamine hits that we talked about last live stream, right? Uh,
mm,
like I'm doing something great. Check, 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 done. No, I'm still struggling, and at some point that struggle turned into a not reading at all, and then that just got worse and worse. But yeah, so far it's been a blessing, and I still gotta do my part every day because, as we said, small changes turn to big, uh, good habits, and those good habits give you long-term success.
mm.
All right, great. I think we should call it right here and say that was a
Yep.
good stream. Concurrent viewers were at 8 and it jumped up to 13 every now and then. Right now it's at 10. Thank you guys for being here. Let me know, give me feedback, reach out to me on Instagram. Tell me if there's something that needs to be changed or better, if there are topics you're interested to hear. You know, those are topics that I'm interested to talk about, right? But what is something you want to hear? So let me
Yep.
know. A Bible page a day keeps Satan away. We hope. All right, I think that was good. Anton, yo, what's up, bro? Anton is here,
Don't
bro.
forget to subscribe, guys.
Yeah, please subscribe, and hopefully we can get traction to this channel. I mean, we just started, right? But at some point, hopefully it grows into something great and big. And if not, man, you know what? I'll try to continue it even if it's a small viewership, right? Because if actually 5 to 10 people came up to me in person, they're like, you know what you're doing is great. I really enjoy those talks. I'd feel
One
great.
person.
If
one person.
no, you know what? No, I'm not okay with one person, bro. I need my. If my boys want me to do this, I'll do it regardless. No, but seriously, thank you for being here, and hopefully the numbers keep growing over time.
Yep.
I'm
This got
subscribing
so
because
much
Dani is
potential.
based. Yes, Dani is based. JayTee and Dani are super based. All right, awesome.
See, but that says she wasn't subscribed.
Nah,
That tells us
nah.
that.
Oh, I was already subscribed. Corrected.
She just fixed it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I'll stay subscribed because that. Okay.
All right, boys. I think this
All
is
right.
it. This is great. Now we go to clip farming.
Yeah.
The work doesn't stop here. Tomorrow the live is gonna be me working on some photographs. So old photographs. I want to re-edit them on Lightroom. You guys could see the process of that. And let's just talk, man. Ask me questions. Just Q&A is good. We'll do Q&A and then I'll edit some photos. And JayTee,
Sounds chill.
one of those streams we're gonna have to hop on for music production.
Oh yeah. I'll let you know when I
No,
can.
shout out to JT. He's a producer.
Yes, guys, please.
Follow his.
There's 11 of you here. If you're not following JayTee on Instagram and all the socials, please do. He's not gonna brain rot you. He does some seriously good work. All right. It's good content. It's not memes and whatever. All right. Please support
Yeah.
him. He backed me up in a
Thank
lot
you,
of
thank you,
projects too, so he's a talented young guy.
Thank you, guys. Thank you.
Put your if you want, put your Instagram.
I'll put my Instagram in the
I'll
chat.
put it in the description
put it
too.
in the
Actually, after.
description.
Yeah.
Yeah. Danny, do you want
Yeah.
yours to be in the description?
I don't think there's a lot of people interested in computer science who's watching the stream.
You'd be surprised.
I was surprised.
Put it in, bro.
I'll put it in.
Everyone on
think you might
TikTok kept
interest some
joining and
people.
leaving. Too bad. I should add more explanation that the live is on YouTube and they can't hear anything here. Tough. That's something to fix for next time.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Work in progress. I hope you guys enjoyed seeing the chat on screen too. That's a new thing. And then the new logo. I thought the other one was cool until I watched the video and I was like, okay, you know what? That needs a change.
Good luck, Janelle, on your organic chem midterm. I just saw her chat.
Yeah, good luck.
We'll pray for you.
For sure. Thank you, brother.
Bro, what is this misconception? Do you take showers? Everyone says CS majors don't take showers, but it's a lie. What is this? Please, guys. Please.
Do you take showers?
Well, once every 3 years is not bad, bro.
Yeah, no. As long as you're getting that shower at some point. Yo, leg day tomorrow, by the way. Don't forget, yeah? I mean, unless you're doing the PPL push-pull leg, but leg day, it's leg day for us. Sad.
Yeah.
All right, guys. I guess that's it. Good
All
night,
right.
everyone. It was a
Thank
pleasure
you for
having you
us,
here.
Khalil.
Oh, man, it's my pleasure. Hopefully you become
Yeah,
regulars.
thank you for
But
having
we'll
us.
definitely have some interesting guests here and there every now and then. I don't know if you guys know a friend of mine called Diego. He's really excited to be on one of the lives. It's just unfortunately he has a shift at this time. So he gotta plan it way ahead of time and then get someone to cover it up for him. But it'll be cool. I'm pretty sure that stream is gonna be talking about gym and like the stoic mentality and all that, which I love talking about, but that's a topic for another day. Anyways,
Mm.
good night, everyone. Thank you for being here. And until next time,